When planning a trip to Croatia, Split seems to play the little brother role in a matchup against the more popular tourist option of Dubrovnik. Despite the fact that the city of Split is significantly larger and more centrally located in the country, while also having better connections to famous Croatian islands, Dubrovnik still gets almost 20% more visitors each year. In the United States, talking about the city of Dubrovnik is synonymous with discussing visiting Croatia. But our time in Split showed us that we should take more seriously the importance of this city and its role in not just Croatian history, but Roman, Venetian, and French history as well. If you know one thing about Split, it is probably its famed Palace of Diocletian. This was the retirement home of the former Roman emperor, one of the few to leave his rule on his own accord. It's not hard to imagine why he loved this area. Lovely weather year-round and constant warm seawater due to sulfur deposits throughout the Adriatic coastline. Here's the funny thing though. While visiting Split, Jenny and I assumed this palace would be a large building structure with apparent signage indicating we had arrived, often accompanied by a ticket office. After searching for a bit and doing some Googling, we came to a stunning realization. It turns out we were wandering through Old Town searching, only to learn that we had been walking through the palace this entire time. The entirety of the old city of Split is literally the grounds of the old palace, and today it is unrecognizable from what it once would have looked like. Only 4 structures from that era actually remain, and the reason historians even know what the complex looked like in the first place is due to the original layout of the basements being kept in great condition, thanks to their longtime role as the town's dump until the late 1960s. Yup, I'm not making that up. Look, if historical accuracy and perfectly preserved landmarks are your thing, then this town might not be at the top of your travel list. Of course, there are some beautiful parts still in good shape, but the city has grown and modernized around these ruins. What really makes Split's old town so amazing are the traces of growth and the structures scattered around from so many different time periods. You can see Venetian influence, Roman influence, French influence, and more, all dispersed across a city that is, above all else, Croatian. It captures history in a way I feel few places do, as a fluid and constantly evolving organism that sheds its skin every once in a while still retaining the same identity it's had since birth. Split is not exactly an underrated destination for most Europeans. It is certainly not on the radar for many Americans though. But let me tell you, every corner of this place could tell 1,000 stories. So many time periods have passed by, and despite all the changes, people still call Split home. It feels like a city with a purpose, and tourism is certainly a large piece of that pie. A historical tour was definitely a smart investment and proved how much there is to uncover, not just from Roman times, but all the way past even World War II here. We walked away from this town with a changed perspective on the strategic importance of Croatia's beautiful coastline and how Split's tumultuous history recognizes that. Not to mention, we even found a couple little Game of Thrones references scattered around town.